Hello, this is Nick Marine, and welcome to Let's Read Japanese, a course series for the reading of Japanese text alongside its audio counterpart. Today's episode is Shinya Shokudo, Season 2, Episode 5, or Episode 15 of the full series. The episode today is... take that back. This is Episode 6 of the second season, or Episode 16 of the full season. I just did Episode 5, sorry. Alright, the episode is about... I have no clue. Again, there is not... these are, what's the term? Not serialized. Yeah, so these are, individual episodes. So episodic. There we go. They're episodic in nature, not serialized. Sometimes, yeah. And so yeah, you might see people who, in different points in time, but you usually see the same customers now and again pop up. And you might see someone show up and then end up in the story a few episodes later. Just depends on how they did. I kind of like it. It's kind of interesting, and again, it's a fairly straightforward. Usually, these are fairly straightforward stories. So, and they go by rather quickly. So that's the fun part there. Okay, so with that said, if you enjoy this episode, remember to give it a thumbs up and like. If you enjoy this series, you'd like to see more, you can subscribe. I plan to do a lot more like these. This is all part of the Let's Learn Japanese project. If you like that project, what I'm doing to help the Japanese learning community, if you would like to support it, that can be done via the Patreon with the links down below. There's also links to the Let's Learn Japanese website and the Let's Learn Japanese community Discord. Finally, if you'd like to hire me on commission, the hourly rates and the payments are also done are on the Patreon. There's a direct link to that as well. And by commission, usually it's just a, technical assistance or advice to get started is usually what people hire me for. So like trying to ask questions over text, over Discord, that sort of thing. Okay, with that, we can get started. Add an earpiece. Here we go.
一日
Where are we at? Oh, there.
が終わり、人々が家路へと急ぐ頃、俺の一日は始まる。営業時間は夜12時から朝7時頃まで。人は深夜食堂って言ってるよ。客が来るかって？それが結構来るんだよ。
深夜食堂 cream stew. There we go. Cream stew. All right, we'll skip over a little bit. Looks good. Ooh, nice.
長年こんな商売やってる。今日はクリームシチューだな。長年こんな商売やってると。
長年こんな。Let's see what they. 長い年月は for years. 長年。
長年こんな商売やってると、なんとなくそんな勘が働くもんさ。
こんばんは。
五郎。
マスター、クリームシチューなんてできる？
今ちょうどできたとこだ。
グッドタイミング。
グッドタイミング。
肌寒くなったね。
というわけで、その後入ってきた客がみんなクリームシチューを注文するんだ。
That does look good.
よ、いらっしゃい。
いらっしゃい。
熱燗、コップで。あ、よ。
熱燗？コンポ。熱燗？
あ、よ。 あ、熱燗作ってあいよ。
マスタ
マスター。
食べる？
ー、何でも食べてないな。ください。
残り2人分ってとこだけど。
鈴木さん、どうします？
俺はいいや。
何も破かなくても。
これ捨てていいのかい？中田君がこんな小説は載せられないって言うからただの紙くずです。
小説。
これも
書き直してくださいって言っただけじゃないですか。ホームレスの主人公っていうのがもう古いっていうか
切実なんだよ。
切実
なんだよ。俺にとっては俺の行き着く先だからな。
Gonna arrive. 行き着く。行き着く。
俺の行き着く先だからな。
それ僕のせいじゃないですよ。もう飲んじゃ
That kind of feels rude. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just like handing someone in a restaurant, handing the owner of some place, or even somebody to throw away your own trash. This feels rude without so much as a please.
ハイボールください。
あいよ。
だいたいちゃんとしたホームがあるのに勝手に帰らないだけじゃないですか。うちがない人のこと言うんですよ、ホームレスって。
曰く家庭の幸福は諸悪のもとってな。
家庭の諸悪。misfortunes 諸悪。
曰く家庭の幸福は諸悪のもとってな。
鈴木さん、太宰みたいな小説書いてくださいよ。
太宰。
鈴木さん、太宰みたいな小説書いてくださいよ。今また私小説いけるんですよ。今また私小説いけるんですよ。
親がいても子は育つって誰が言ったんだっけ？
子供殺す親多いですからね、最近。変な親ならいない方がいいのかも。
そう、親はなくとも子は育つ。
娘さん、
女房が時々送ってくんだよ。
wife. 女房。
女房が時々送ってくんだよ。
よく見せてくださいよ。
よし。
もう一軒行きましょうよ。
お前新婚だろ、帰った方がいいよ。
どうして裸足に突っかけたんですか？
タイミング外したんだよ。
どうして家帰らなくなったんですか？
ああ、タイミング外したんだよ。いいや、タバコちょうだい。
最初は2日おき、だんだん週末だけ、でとうとう年末だけ、しまいには1日も帰れなくなっちゃった。もうすぐ10年。
ってことは娘さんもう大学生ですか？
だから親なくとも子は育つっつうんだよ。
奥さんが一人で育ててくれたんでしょ。まったく。
So we got there. Kota.
気をつけて気をつけて。1、2、3。チーズ。
I assume she's looks like dressed like a hostess.
おお、花ちゃん、久しぶり。
Maybe she, works in an office.
あ、この匂い。ひょっとしてクリームシチュー？
当たり一人前ならあるよ。
あー、ラッキー。
さっき注文しなかったお客さんがいたんだよ。
ポコちゃん。
さっき注文しなかったお客さんがいたんだよ。
ポコちゃんいい？
うん、花ちゃん食べて。ね。マスター俺ね、豚汁とビール。
Poku-chan. Poku, so hokuda. No, saying poku instead of hoku. But hoko, hokuden, hokuda. Probably hokuda. What is that kanji though? Halberd. Okay. Sure, why not?
はいよ。
マスター俺ね、豚汁とビール。
はいよ。
それ何？
おいしい。
それはよかった。
よかった。
これ市販のルーでしょ
市販？Marketable. Okay, 市販のルー。
これ市販のルーでしょ
ルー。
これでも仕上げにバター入れたりグリーンピース散らしたりはしてるの？
小学生の時の冬休みにね、大好きだった男の子の家で一緒に宿題したことがあって、夕飯にクリームシチューをごちそうになったんだけど、その時私この子のお嫁さんにはなれないと思った。
どうして？
だってうちのクリームシチューと味が全然違ったんだもの。後でその子のお母さんは市販のルーを使ってたって分かったの。うちのお母さんはルーを手作りしていて。
市販のルー。Let's say there's a sauce. Okay.
うちのお母さんはルーを手作りしていて、小麦粉がダマになって粉っぽくて。
ダマに？小麦粉。ダマに。小麦粉などを水に。Is that not cleaning it? Lumpy. Okay, damako. Okay, komuzu no dan. Okay, a lump of flour. Gotcha. Dama. Do we have a kanji for it or no? No. 小麦粉がダマになって。
小麦粉がダマになって粉っぽくて。
粉っぽくて。
焦げたりしてて。
うん。
私ずっとあれがクリームシチューの味だと思ってた。
I like how you hear in the wind blowing outside, rattling the door, and you can hear the glass in the door rattling.
花ちゃん？
え、ごめん。なんかずいぶん食べてないなって。家族で食べたお母さんのクリームシチュー思い出しちゃった。
Yeah, she does seem like she's a hostess and he's basically taking her to the second place. That can sometimes happen. Okay, it's somebody's office. It's really
も
windy.
しもし、
Moshi.
女の子お願いします。楓ちゃんいますか？
Okay, so he's ordering yeah, probably a delivery.
会員番号5432の鈴木です。
What? I was wondering, like, is he putting that on the office cost? Okay. のれんの。
朝か。
起こしちゃったかな。
着替えて大学行かないと。
働きすぎなんじゃないのか。
美味しい。
So, just to make sure, like, again, she's not not a prostitute. If my understanding of the situation is correct, not a prostitute. She's again hostess. This means again not sexual. Just again, basically, you know, again an escort or a date, but in non-sexual way. And probably is just going to be the guy. The guy was a customer, and he's followed her probably just after hours to another place. Probably just like that. That was all. That's why, of course, she stayed, because maybe also it was just because, hey, this is basically keeping the customer happy after, you know, work is done. Because again, he's probably going to be back later and hire her, pick her again for the hostess. Because that usually, if you're going to pick someone, that's going to cost more, or there's an extra charge on that. Otherwise, it's just by the probably whatever the rotation happens to be.
夜明けのほうじ茶。
Let's see if that's a full phrase. Hojicha. Hojicha. Roasted green tea. Hojicha.
うまいだろ。
うまいだろう。Oh, something happened?
ねえ。手のひらのつかめるところにほくろがあると。
つかめる。
幸せになれるんだ。
ほど。Yeah, that's the, oh yeah, the. Shunman. Hokuro. Okay. Hokuro. Okay, interesting.
手のひらのつかめるところにほくろがあると幸せになれるんだって。
そんな話どっかで聞いたことがあるな。
聞いたことある。
手のひらのほくろって珍しいでしょ。
Really? I wouldn't even thought, but yeah, I guess that makes sense.
でもね、つかめないの。ちっちゃい時はつかめてたんだけど、お父さんが家を出て行った頃からつかめなくなっちゃった。
I mean, for me, it's like it's not a mole, but inside is the piece of pencil lead or graphite that's been left over from when I was like 5 years old. And you know, again, it's over like 4 decades, and that shit's still in there. So I think that's kind of weird. But yeah, that's a. Whoa. That guy again, huh? The poet? Where are we at here? 家的。
親はなくともチルチルみちる。
チルチルみちる。チルチルみちる。
ちっちゃな手から青い鳥逃げた。
鳥。ちっちゃい手。From the small hand, the blue bird escapes. おい鳥。It's probably, I mean, because obviously graphite, it's because it's, obviously graphite can be dangerous because again, it's what is it? Because it can actually cut through DNA. I guess it's in the upper layer of skin. The part of it's already dead skin, so it's not like there's any danger there. It just won't, again, it won't dissolve. But yeah, you don't want graphite. That's one of the reasons why they say like eating charred food or burnt food is bad for you because again, the carbon. If it's in the thin layer like a graphite sheet would be, which is, again, that's I forgot the term for it, but it's basically like a benzo molecule, so it's just so thin, it's just and I forgot the term for it, for the part where it's like a thin sheet of graphite layer. But yeah, because it's like that, it can actually pierce not only the cell, but it actually pierce the DNA and basically cut off part of the DNA, which can help increase the chance of some type of mutation occurring. That's the danger of that. Or at least that's my understanding of why it's a similar reason why if you're breathing in the non-burnable stuff made of great. I'm drawing a blank on the word for it, but anyway, because of that special the non-burning stuff that again it's carcinogenic because again there's little hooks, and again it's just basically it pierces the cell and then it's able to actually essentially slice off a piece of the DNA. That's the dangerous part. It's kind of like when you have like ionizing radiation. The radiation, it's not that it's cooking your cells, it's so if it hits the DNA and it basically adds or knocks off an atom, then again you've altered the DNA of that one cell, which again increases the chance either one, the cell just might die. There's that, but also the chance of a mutation. Hence, meaning it could become cancer. That's why again, constant exposure to radiation can lead to cancerous growth. It's not like it's a guarantee, but it's just you're just dealing with a lot of essentially probability at that level. So it's not like it's a guarantee, it's just higher chances. Yeah, definitely you don't want to be swallowing pencil lead. I'll put it that way. You don't want to be eating burnt food for that reason. And I could be wrong, by the way. I'm not a biologist. I'm going off what I remembered reading, and I could be wrong on that. So.
でも夢がある。人生見くびんなよ。
見くびん？人生見くびん？
人生見くびんなよ。
見くびん。Maybe it's like a.
Huh?
It's an odd statement. It feels like these two stories are going to intersect. Like she's going to be one of the persons that he goes to talk to. If that's it, is that his daughter? Oh. Okay, you can see where this is going. So he's a salaryman who's kind of like basically not at home all the time, kind of letting his wife raise the daughter. The daughter's in college, probably looking for money, working as a hostess. You just basically whatnot. And he probably hires a lady. She shows up. It's his daughter. I'm guessing that's the story here. I could be wrong.
さんですか？
娘さんですか？
可愛いですもん。ねえ。
どこで飲んできたか知らないけど、うちはこれが最後。
That's her, right? Yeah.
すみれっていうの。
すみれ。
お母さんにかな。
こんばんは。
いらっしゃい。
マスター、花ちゃんあれから来た？
いや、
花ちゃんキャバクラやめちゃったんだよ。
Okay.
あの子父親が家出してからずっと母子家庭だったらしいんだけど、今は母親のもあの子父親が家出してからずっと母子家庭だったらしいんだけど、
Boshi. Okay, I like that. Mother and daughter. Boshikate, fatherless family. Boshikate.
今は母親の元離れて自分で学費稼いで大学行ってんだよ。もっと稼ぎのいいとこに移っちゃったのかな。
今度来たら聞いとくよ。
頼むよ、なんだか心配でさ。で豚汁とビール。
はいよ。
チョイス。
失礼します。
Application file. Maybe she got hired.
いいね。店は12時からなんだ。どうしたのその格好。
就職内定。
就職. Let's see if that one is. Okay, unofficially. Okay. Naite, unofficial.
就職内定。今日内定式だったの。
それはおめでとう。頑張ったね。
Actually, let's make sure about this. So I know that's like being hired, securing employment. But let's see if they got that phrase there. Shushoku naite. Probably not, because it didn't. Usually, it pops up if it's a. Okay. No, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if it's one of these entries, you'd see it. It would actually show it to you. So it's a pretty good thing about the Kinkyushu dictionary if you install that into Yomi-chan. But yeah, you can kind of guess that. Okay, but unofficial hired.
就職祝いに何かそれはおめでとう。就職祝いに何か気合い入れて作ろうか。
今度シチュー食べに来る。
店辞めたんだって。
うん。
今はどこにいるの？
キャバクラは卒業で、来年は大学も卒業。じゃあ明日レポート提出あるから。またね。
Little shrine outside of the bar. And saying, this has a very chill, relaxed feel. Some of the stories, like you've seen me on doing these, like a couple of stories, I just had to break. I was just crying because it's usually it's like when someone passes away, that just kind of gets to me on that one.
手のひらのほくろをつかめないからだろうか。花ちゃんは副業がバレて。
副業。サイちゃん。副業。
花ちゃんは副業がバレて内定を取り消されたらしい。
Yeah, that's because here's me on my soapbox, sorry. Because those same people who would have no problem at night going to those very bars look down on the people that they're supposedly going to work. You know, the idea that someone who had to work there for money, because that's like apparently the easier place to get money, even though it's still like a difficult job to do. So you do earn it. They look down on everyone who does a job like that. Think like they shouldn't have a place in proper society after that. So, you know, screw people like that. Yeah. But of course, this is a drama, so you know the story. Most likely her line's going to get out. You know, kind of like the previous story where the lady, she had to work at a soap plant. And obviously the guy didn't care, but she understood, you know, he didn't push her on that. But, you know, again, didn't distance himself from her or anything. Just, you know, again, gave her the privacy she wanted. You know, she was doing a job that necessary to pay off debts that her parents accrued. And then they still got together. And, you know, they change locations, which kind of works out to both their benefits. But yeah, it's just and probably the job that this lady was doing, Kabakura, yeah, that's sort of like a host club. So that's just, again, that I don't know. But yeah, I can imagine there would be people like look down on her because again, she didn't come from a home where she could be financially supported by parents. Again, single mother home. This maybe the father is just paying child support, the equivalent thereof. Yeah. Sorry about that.
花ちゃんは副業がバレて内定を取り消されたらしい。
Oh, okay. So okay. Hmm.
はい。
こんばんは、ミルキークラブから来ました。
はいはい。今風呂入ってたんで、中入って待っててくれる。
Yep, that's her dad.
失礼します。前金でお願いしますね。
分かってます。とりあえずコーヒーでも飲みますか。有機栽培のおいし
Where are we at here? Oh, here we are. Yuki Saibai. Yuki Saibai. Organic farming. Or organic okay. I guess Yuki Saibai. I would have guessed that. Yuki Saibai. Yuki Saibai no.
有機栽培のおいしい豆があるんだよね。
Well, she's
自家焙煎。つっても俺。
自家焙煎。Almost coffee.
自家焙煎。つっても俺が焙煎。
She should get out of there quick.
したわけじゃないけど。
Unless she's mad at him.
それともビールがいいかな。でも仕事。それともビールがいいかな。でも仕事中はビール飲まないのかな。仕事中だよね。あれこれね、ちょっと待ってよ。どこ行くの。ちゃんと先に払うからさ。
わかる？誰だか。
すみれ、どうして。
父さんこそ何してるの？
取材だよ。デリヘルジョの。
Yeah. So yeah, delivery. So delivery health is not. So they're not gonna like have sex, but just kind of close to that. So maybe. Yeah, that's kind of. All right. So if you're, I think the first time I saw this was in Kizaratsu Katsai, where I guess again you order by phone. That's like you heard. It's kind of weird because he gave an employee number, so maybe it was he had registered with that delivery health service. So that way, again, so if there's problems, then it's obviously tracked back to a real person. But they try to keep it private after that. But then payments go through that, so it kind of keep things separate. So it's for privacy reasons, I'm assuming. So maybe that's what the Kain Bango was. But again, probably what happened there is, again, go have a shower, whatever, massage, oral sex, basically. Yeah, and that's about it. Just yeah. But yeah, again, no intercourse. I'll put it that. I think that's yeah. So it's up until that point. So it's essentially yeah. It is sexual. It is a sex. So it is prostitution. So I guess I misunderstood. I thought she was like working as a hostess, Kabakura, but I guess also working like that. Yeah, and it's again the way it works in Japan. Even though prostitution is illegal, this isn't prostitution because it's not involving sex. As far as sex is intercourse in that case, if anything does happen again between two consenting adults, It was this for this delivery is essentially whatever was the health part of it, which is massage. Yeah, basically massage. That's the health part of it. So yeah, that's yeah. I'm pretty sure something like that would not fly in the U.S. I'm pretty sure it would be shut down really fast. You have something similar in the U.S. for escort services. You know, in certain parts of the country, the strip clubs are much different than what you see in Japan. Because, like I said, I don't even know of any strip clubs in Japan, but apparently they exist because you see it on this video. And I think I saw it on Lost in Translation. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, so you see Kawakura, so that's very fun. Hostess clubs, that's very common. That's in almost every larger, even small towns, you'd see that. There's snack pubs. That's just basically you just come pay for the hour to eat there at the bar, you know, and maybe set up like that. You might have one of the other ladies go and sit and pour your drinks and whatnot, but it's not a hostess bar. It's just a snack. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. It's like there's different, you know, based on the title, it just depends. It determines like what is the service that's offered, you know, and again, there's like, you know, the higher level, the higher, closer to the more adult nature it becomes, and the less common it is. Yeah, so that means also, and again, I have to go all the stories because again, all these places like pretty much if you're not Japanese, you're not allowed to become a customer. So yeah, so pretty much you have to go off only what you learn about either here. And I don't read enough of the adult novels. Actually, I don't read any adult novels. So I'm assuming in those they would have a lot more stories about this. And I don't watch a lot of the R-rated movies because I know on Netflix you have some shows that, you know, detail and stuff like that. So you might have somebody else might have a better idea of how this works. But again, I'm going off the information I know about. Yeah, the whole Soapland loophole. And that was on the previous, you know, again, 2 episodes ago, it was about the Soapland. It's not really a loophole. Well, I guess it is a loophole. Yeah. Again, it's just 2 consenting adults. And by the way, sorry about getting into this whole spiel like that, but I like how he says nonchalantly. Let's see right there. Shizaida. Whoa. Wait a minute, Shizai. Maybe I'm missing something. That, like, they're supposed to be getting information for a story? Like, the research material. Really? Data collection. Shizaiだよ。Daddy.
取材だよ。デリヘルじゃん。
What? Is that how he's... Oh, that dirty motherfucker. Maybe he is having the company try to justify paying. Maybe he is doing this as a company expense. That is dirty. That is. Man. Okay. Oh, wow.
本当だよ。今ほら、夜桜ポリスの小説書いてるから。
夜桜。今ほら、ポリス。Wait a minute. Evening Cherry Blossom Police. That's the palette. Palace. There we go. 嘘つき。
最悪よ。鈴木なんてよくある名字だと思ってたのに。帰るね。キャンセルでいい？それともチェンジする？
ちょっと待てよ。
どういう子がいい？他にもいい子いるよ。
Oh, motherfucker. Yakugire. Fuck you.
何すんのよ。
What the fuck? Yeah.
里芋って懐かしい味がするよね。
しますね。
何？お、
鈴木さんどうも。
花ちゃん。
いらっしゃい。
どうしたの急に店辞めちゃって。探しちゃったよ。
どうしたの？
お金ないのに何してるんですか？
娘のすみれ。
え？娘？
一本ちょうだい。
お前吸うのか。
I think she sucked on more than. That's a bad joke. Okay, I apologize.
私のこと何にも知らないのね。
お母さんがお前のしてること知ったら死んじゃうぞ。
お父さんは死なないの？
死んでほしいのか。
ずっといなかったんだから死んでるのと同じよ。
This doesn't feel like a conversation you want to have in public, even though I know it's like everybody else left and it's just the master's there. But
すまん。
so,
謝れば済むの？
俺のせいだろ。俺が家を出なかったらお前はデリヘルなんか。すまん。
お母さんはね、絶対にお父さんの悪口言わないの。嫌だったな。でも私はお母さんとは違う。お父さんとも違う。前向きに一人で生きていこうとしてるの。認めてよ。父親面したいんなら。
ずらしたい。
父親面したいんなら。
What about ずらしたい？面したい。Let's see if we get that one. No, they're not saying that.
責めるんじゃなくてこんな私を認めてよ。
All right, I need you. Okay, so this is the second application.
どうぞ。
So this is the second interview.
失礼します。
座ってください。
Oh, no way.
ちょっと待って。座ってください。面接はまだ終わってないですよ。
Suzuki Sumire-san. Let me look at that up real quick. Sumire. Okay, a violet. Alrighty. Actually, let me look at the stroke order on that. I'm kind of interested. Okay. Interesting. Now that I wouldn't have guessed. Okay. Alright. I would not have guessed that, but okay. It's an interesting stroke order.
鈴木すみれさん。前した手のひらのほくろの話覚えてる？言い忘れてたんだけど、こうやって自分の手にもう片方の手を重ねてごらん。ほら、そうすれば ほくろがつかめるでしょ。大丈夫だから焦っちゃダメだよ。
でもこれじゃずる。
いいんだよ。幸せにも抜け道はあるんだよ。
Make sure about that. Nukimichi. Is that like an escape path or a place to leave out of? Michi, outside a nearby way. Yeah, outside the main road. A side path, right? Well, I might should have. A way of escape. By road, by path, a secret. Yeah, way of. Still, yeah, so it's both. So it's both a by street and a way of escape. Nukimichi.
幸せにも抜け道はあるんだよ。
ありがとうポコちゃん、ありがとう。
手のひらのほくろをつかんだ花ちゃんはポコちゃんの会社の契約社員として雇ってもらえることになった。
Now, what I would say is, what he should do is maybe recuse himself if he could. Just say, yeah, I'm aware of this person. Maybe it's kind of odd because usually with applications, they have the picture, so you would have known by the photos. Maybe you would have told someone else to take it. And at least there's it doesn't feel like he's giving her as kind of compensation for previous knowing her previously and a setup. And that would have been if you want to keep it more fair. But again, I don't know what company he works for or how it got set up for the hiring process. Cream stew.
お待ち。
お待ち。
もう一つください。あいよ。
なんで？お母さん。
久しぶりね。
I remember, was she a previous character?
久しぶり。
I can't remember.
あれ？
面白かったよ。読んだことないだろう、お父さんの小説。
読んでみる。
私も。
直す。
え？
書き直してから読んでくれ。
こんな日はやっぱりクリームシチューだね。
寒い夜。
寒い夜には美味しいシチュー作ろうことことによ。
ことことによ。lightly. Okay. Gently. Simmering. Actually, bubbling, huh? 鍋の中に物が Okay, 弱火で Okay, 焦る音 Okay, so yeah, the bubbling of the stew ことことに
鶏肉を小麦粉でまぶすととろみがつきます。
まぶすと OK。
鶏肉を小麦粉でまぶすととろみがつきます。ルーを少なくして牛乳や やバターでコクを出すと味に深みが出ますよ。
はい。
うわいい匂い。皆さんもぜひお試しください。じゃあおやすみなさい。いただきます。
There we go. Okay, we got 3:40, so I can't do this for too long. Okay, so that's another. Yeah, someone's saying like who was the previous person that was saying that? Sorry. Okay. So yeah, some of these stories do end sadly. You know, like certainly like the ones where the person passes away. One where again they just don't get together. You know, like the one who's a kind of like a a person trying to work through college, and and the lady who's going to become a really popular talent. It just didn't work, and I think it was mainly his fault. Like he I don't know. I think he didn't give it a shot. That was all. But maybe it had to be that way. Who knows? Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. It just, sometimes it's because life will go on. If you live long enough, people will pass away. That's going to happen. Sometimes people are able to get together, makes it work out. Sometimes maybe it's best that it doesn't. You had a brief time together, enjoy that memory, that time. But then life will go its separate ways and still go on. You got some weird situations like that. I think, like, again, that was definitely for dramatic purposes. But I'm sure, given enough time, how it's a very common thing. I assume in Tokyo, probably in other larger city areas of delivery help, dediheru. But again, it's like that was his house. So again, he was inviting her to his place. That kind of sounds like worrying to me, but I don't know. Maybe it's more paranoid nature for me on that. But I guess if it's common, again, you're going through a business. If there's a problem, police will get involved, and then that business doesn't stay in business for too long. So I think you want to make sure like everything's on the up and up. As long as everyone's happy, no problem. If there's a problem, police got involved, judges got involved, then there becomes a problem. But yeah, these are really good standalone stories. You can actually go down like you saw. You can probably go down a rabbit hole on certain things. Like you see that one episode of dealing with an actress, the one episode dealing with the porn stars, the episode dealing with like here different levels of prostitution. There's Soap Land, which is then delivery help, and those are different levels as well. The Kabakura, the people who just work at small little bars, pubs, just all these sorts of aspects of nightlife, and you probably are not shown that in normal. I'm assuming. Well, I guess I don't know. I don't watch. I'd like to say that's the case where I watch enough Japanese shows, where I know it, but I don't watch enough Japanese movies. I rarely watch movies. It's a different style. Movies have a different feel to it than dramas, TV dramas, and so I prefer dramas over movies personally. And that includes, even with anime. Like you watch an anime, but you see the theatrical version that they have, and it's just has a different feel to it. It just, yeah. But I assume like what I show is like, they don't really display this too much, except as more of a negative feature. Like they don't like make people who participate in that life. That is obviously a very common aspect of Japanese life for a lot of people. But on TV, it's probably demonstrated as being, oh no, that's only people who are in desperate situations do that. So it's never a story about them as a main thing. Morally, as they're just help to move the plot along. I could be wrong, but that's why I did, not only this show, but I think I kind of liked it about the author, the guy who does script for Tiger and Dragon, Yusei no Kizuna. Kebakuro Westgate Park, you know, he writes about stuff like this. You know, people who have to work on basically the outside, the outer skirts of society, because there is a story there to be told. It's not like these are, you know, dishonorable people. These are people who are just trying to live, you know, again, make it through life. And this is playing the hand that they've been dealt. Ushujima-kun, which takes, they're definitely, yeah, that has the art style. When I see that, I think it's by the same director as Trick, because it has that same feel to it. And probably if I look into it, like either whether it's the writer or it's the same screenwriter or it's the same director or something, but it has a very similar feel to Trick. Whereas Trick was about showing you all like basically this little small towns scattered throughout Japan, and including the islands, and get to see the cultures that are there. Ushijima, even though I never watched like that many episodes, my wife kind of watched it more. She liked the movies a little better, but again, for her that was kind of dark. But yeah, you definitely see like it's delivery health or soapland or different levels of there on top of all the scumbags. It's like, why I wouldn't even trust, you know, like they're not trying to pull themselves. It's like I wouldn't trust them with money. Even as a loan shark, I thought, it's like, why would you even want to give this person money? You're like gonna get through so much effort just to try to get it back. It's not worth it, you know, even with the interest that they're charging. Trying to think about something else. I think the way loan sharks make it is that, and it kind of made sense when I heard it explained, because most people get paid instead of like being paid daily, like, hey, here's the work I did for the day, but the company doesn't pay you for that work till 2 weeks later. Can you imagine that? So it's almost like a 2-week loan, interest-free loan that you get to give the company. But you know, that's why payday lenders are so profitable. It's like, oh, well, I need this money now, but I'm not getting paid by my company till 2 weeks later. I need the money now, you know, because again, I got bills to pay, you know, stuff to buy that needs to be done. But I know I'm getting paid, so I'm going to go to the payday lender, get the money back. Then when I get the money, I get to do that plus the interest. So it's like kind of a shitty situation. I guess it could make sense. There's no reason why they couldn't pay daily anymore. I mean, it's probably be kind of weird for the people who do accounting, but you know, again, a lot of it's automated now. It's not like it's on paper anymore. Most of this shit can be automated. In fact, I know that like for Patreon or whatnot, I could actually it could be done daily for me if I wanted it. So I can kind of see that. Anyway, I'm sorry about going into this kind of a thought about this. I was just trying to think about Ushijima-kun. Because again, that's a loan shark, and it's like, well, yeah. So the reason why a lot of them it's like, why? If you go into a loan shark, that means you don't have money. How are you going to pay it back? Well, you know, what are you doing from? Then it made sense. Like, oh yeah, that's right. Most people who are utilizing probably loan sharks like that they're basically these were the when you have payday loans becoming legal. You know, these are basically predatory type businesses that take advantage of people's desperations, that hey, they need money now. They know they're going to get paid, so they know they can cover it, but again, they need money now, and the only way they can get that money now is through that payday loan, and then they got to pay that back at whatever 10% extra, which then if you look at the annual percentage rate comes out to like 300% or 3,000, whatever. It's some insane amount if you look at it, if you expand it past a year. Yeah, that's and they're going on the idea that a majority of the loans are going to get paid back, so it's good money there. And then the few times they get screwed over, they send out the muscle. That's where the loan sharks come into play. I'm sure payday lenders don't send out muscle. Maybe they do, but they got to do it on the slide because they can get shut down fast. I would hope, but I don't know. Or they probably just go through the legal system and just essentially get someone who's already desperate for money, and now you just threw them into even worse situation. You know, you can get something foreclosed on or get something repossessed. I don't know. It's some creepy shit now that I think about it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going way off subject here. it just it just kind of got me thinking about it. Your comment there about Ushijima-kun, yeah, about people in desperate situation. They're not like these are not dishonorable people. They are just in a situation where now society is offered just this one path where it doesn't have to take a lot of effort to get in. Hopefully, not a lot of effort. You've got something that people, where society will want to, people like men, especially salarymen, will hire prostitutions, but then they look down upon these persons trying to enter society to stop doing work like that. It's like, screw you. Fortunately, though, in this particular story, it wasn't like that. The persons that were on the customer side of that type of business dealing, they didn't look down on the idea of people who happen to work in that situation. It's kind of unfortunate, like the two customers that, one happened to be her father, the other happened to be someone who's going to become her new boss. Just dramatic irony. That's not dramatic irony. But yeah, that's just making the story feel more dramatic. But it was coming down. Like once I saw that, it's like, oh, right, that's right, this is story. So it's like, okay, because again, I haven't sat down and watched all these stories in order, but I have sat down and watched these stories now and again, on and off. I might sit down and catch a little bit of it, then I go back to doing something else because my wife was watching it, and I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on. Anyway, I think I'm done here. Oh God, I'm just trying to get my every video I make demonetized. I think it's funny, like every video of this in the first season, like I looked on the it was always saying, oh, this is demonetized, or this has been not going to be allowed for advertising purposes, something like, or limited. So it wasn't demonetized, but it was limited advertising. But then for some reason they all got fixed and changed back to normal. So maybe they had a change in whatever the program was looking for. I don't know, because none of these have been listed as demonetized. So there. Most I've gotten is because I got hit for the song. I think actually I got a hit for the first episode. It was saying like it counted as because of the video itself. It wasn't anything on the song. So I don't know. Anyway, all I did is delete that 30 seconds of the video, and then it turned back to normal. So I don't know. I'm good. All right. Anyway, this has been Let's Read Japanese, Shinya Shokudo Season 2, Episode 6, or of the season, or Episode 16 of the series. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and like. If you enjoyed the series, consider subscribing. If you enjoy what I'm helping with the Let's Learn Japanese and the language learning community there, you can support through the Patreon, links below, as well as links to the website, the community Discord. And if you want to hire me on commission, the hourly rates and the payments are also done via Patreon, with the direct link to that below. Thank you all very much, and I'll see you with the next episode, Episode 7. And by the way, the series I'll be doing after this particular season is Kyoen-NG. That's, yeah, plan on doing that one. The one after Season 3, I think I know which video it'll be, but I also want to do Stickiness and Taxi. I saw the special of that last night with my wife, and it's like, man, I really should go and do that video for this for the live streams, because it's on Netflix. It's a really fun drama to watch, and it's kind of cool because it's time slip or repeating scenes again and again. It helps with the repetitive nature. Makes it kind of enjoyable, so it's more comprehensible. Even if you don't, it's just comprehensible just by the nature of how it's set up. And it's episodic, so it's not like you have to watch it in any order. So, but again, he kind of explains a similar situation. You get the same characters as for the setting idea, and then of course the taxi driver. But then the only thing different is the individual stories are from different people and different actors, actresses, characters, and whatnot. But yeah, it's a really fun drama, so I'll actually look forward to that as well. All right, and send taxi. Send. Yeah, there's many dramas, but yeah, if you got recommendations, feel free to make the recommendations. And someone recommended me to actually do a Let's Read of an audiobook. Weathering with You. What is it? Tinky no Ho? God, I'm forgetting. I forgot the title of that. I forgot the Japanese title of that, but yeah, Under Weathering with You. I need to watch the movie first though, because at least with audiobooks, I do recommend if there's a movie or a show or something that the book is based upon, watch the show first. It'll give you a good visual reference, especially if it follows the show or the movie closely. Then it gives you got a really great visual reference for the characters and the places. So when the scenes are being painted by the words, the scene is coming up in your head. It's a really good experience, I think. But I highly recommend it. I really like doing that when it comes to that. I just haven't done an audiobook in a while, but I think it'd be worth doing that one. Give me an excuse to watch the movie anyway. And it's usually these are only 6-hour audiobooks, so very short. I might do it in 20-minute segments instead of 30-minute segments. I don't know. I'll have to think about that, but I might do it in 30-minute segments. I think that should be fine. Work out quite well there. We'll see how that works. Anyway, thank you all very much. This is I'll see you with the next episode, and yeah, see you in the next episode. That'll be tomorrow for me, but whenever for you. And 28th, July 28th. When these get back up on there. All right, later, guys. And thank you, Aman, and thank you, ET, for your comments.